How do I become an alpha male? There are a million articles on top 10 alpha male behaviors, or signs you're a beta male, and I'm here to say it's just nonsense. The majority of the information is just a bunch of nonsense. Believing that you are alpha or beta is nothing to do with the way you conduct yourself and everything to be done with your beliefs. Becoming the alpha male. Many men start their journey into the self-development field. It is when they go through this type of fake phase. What I'm referring to by this is that they've studied alpha males and beta males, and discovered that they behave like the beta male. If men are trying to figure out how to be the alpha male, they worry about their actions and attempt to modify their behaviors. They are spending all this time pondering over issues such as, should I do this for a girl? Is it too beta? What do I need to wear? What should an alpha male look like? How long should I wait to call her back? When does an alpha male break eye contact? What they don't know is that you can alter all of your behaviors, and it will not change whether you're a male beta or not. If you're a confident man or a bet man is determined by your attitude. This is the issue I have with the majority of male self-development. It is designed to help men tackle superficial issues but not the root cause. Instead, rather than trying to modify each and every one of your small habits, change your mindset to ensure that the behaviors change naturally. Alpha male example. If you're viewing the video I posted, you must be forming the social network of your choice on a regular basis. This is among the most essential habits for men to develop and will transform how you think about life to a degree that you could never imagine. If you've been out to numerous nightclubs or bars and other venues for socializing, I'm sure there's something you've seen hundreds of times. Fat, ugly women who attempt to disguise their flaws with flashy jewelry, a lot of makeup and silk clothes. It's not my intention to be considered a dick, however, I'm simply telling you what it is. Are you finding these girls attractive? Absolutely they aren't. It's clear that they're hiding behind their fake facade. You can tell that they're concealing their unattractiveness by putting on a lot of fake exteriors. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. It's exactly what women consider when they encounter an beta male try to act alpha. They are able to tell within a matter of seconds, as they're very observant. They know whether a person is appearing confident, but doesn't really have confidence in himself. There are a lot of articles and nonsense that swindle you into believing the possibility to become an alpha male by following these 4 behaviors. It irritates me since I've been in the exact boat as you a few years ago. Beware of shady advertising and hype. If you're looking to be an alpha male, you'll need to go beyond to cover up the beta male traits. It is necessary to change your thinking. You must think of things in the same way that an alpha male and be in the same mindset as an alpha male. You have to transform your identity. Learn mindset and behavior confidence. As I mentioned before, if you change your attitude and then everything else will begin to fall into its proper. Being an alpha male will change your behaviors naturally in a way that is consistent to who you are. There's an old saying which states it says that the self is always shining through. It's impossible to conceal your identity, especially when speaking to women. I like to illustrate my ideas. I will be using an example to illuminate this concept. I hope these tips will help you to become an alpha male. Mimicking your behavior. Beta lion faking confidence. I'm an lion, I swear. It's said you think that Jerry is a 24-year-old man who is complete beta male. Jerry is apathetic, insecure and lazy, as well as fat and is a total failure at life. There are probably a variety of beliefs. But let's examine one that is extremely nefarious and popular today. I need other people's approval. It's one of the fundamental convictions of the term beta male, because the parents likely weren't giving him enough time. He seeks attention from other people in an attempt to feed his wounded child. Let's say he has read several articles on alpha male behavior, and decides to integrate it into his daily life. He ends up having a date with a girl, but all the time, he's thinking about it in his head. All the time, he's contemplating, okay, how would an alpha male act? And he appears totally out of character and fake. Perhaps he is trying to lead her with confidence by eye contact, but he doesn't make eye contact, or exhibits the typical behaviors associated with males who are alpha. However, when talking to her he always appears to be seeking approval from her. His behavior screams, I'm an alpha, but his actions belie him. You can't conceal a beta male's mentality with male alpha behaviors. His beta male mindset can infiltrate his voice and body language, facial expressions and behavior. And they all communicate the same thing in a loud and clear way: the fact that this man is fake. He's the fat lady trying to cover her chubby by wearing loose-fitting clothes. It's not attractive and it's useless. Women aren't going to find him attractive. And, of course, the fact that males who are truly males who are alpha can detect this deception so easily. The beliefs you hold in your head manifest in tiny subcommunications, and trying to change your behavior is completely futile. Patrick will probably be given an occasional pat on the back from this lady, but would never ever again. Patrick is likely to perform one of two actions: choose to either change his behavior more drastically or become angry about women, and then blame them for the problems he has. If he attempts to alter his behavior further and become more observant, he could get extremely adept at doing it. He might become proficient in spooking people. However, it will not last for long. The cracks in his behavior will start to show in less than 5 minutes. It's a wild goose chase. He'll try to act more alpha, and at the same time, trying to delay that inevitable rejection. He could also choose the opposite route and get angry at women. If he doesn't initially, but then after a few years after trying changing his behavior but to no avail. Women are all selfish, Jerry screams. Many men are angry at women who don't accept their feelings, and take on women the blame for their troubles. The funny thing is that they aren't aware that it's their fault and that they're actually defying themselves by seeking approval from women. It's because they're extremely misinformed. This is due to an extremely negative belief. I need women to accept me, and if they don't, I feel rejected and will get angry. Don't follow the example of this man. Instead, decide to alter your views. Changing your beliefs. Lion Club developing real confidence. I may not be an alpha male yet, but I'm slowly growing into one. However, this doesn't mean you shouldn't try both. In fact, I would suggest doing both in the beginning. Change your habits and mental attitude, but concentrate on your mental state. The primary focus should always focus on changing core beliefs. Instead of spending hours, days trying to alter all of his little habits, let's say Patrick decides to alter his views. Patrick starts to develop a deeply felt love for himself. He puts his personal priorities first. Patrick discovers how to live in the present with confidence, and get rid of any negative influences in his life. Patrick starts to read books and then begins working out. Maybe he'll even grab an ebook about masculinity, since Patrick knows it's the most efficient way to change from a beta male to an alpha male. At first, he'll change in order to be accepted, but eventually, he'll begin to be a happy man. Slowly but surely, it will be a gradual process of integrating positive beliefs into his everyday life. He'll build self-confidence and self-esteem. He'll begin to appreciate himself, and develop the belief that he's an alpha male. The next time he's with one of his girls, what do you think will occur? Are they going to be a mess in his head and thinking, oh, should I do this? Or maybe that? Is that too beta? He's going to do whatever is his preference. If someone is unkind to him, and he doesn't want to chase her to get her approval, he'll not bother her. It's not because he's bitter, however, he simply does not wish to have her in his world. If he is truly in love with an individual and wishes to take her out for dinner, he'll invite his girlfriend to dinner. This is not because he wants her to be happy with his actions, but because the truth is that he wants to be nice to her. In essence, he'll choose what he'd like to do instead of following the path he believes will gain him recognition and approval. He's cuddling because he wants to. It's not because he's scared of her becoming angry. Based on your mindset the person is in, any action can be considered to be either beta or alpha. When you take action due to social pressure or nervousness, or the fear of reprisal, it's usually in the beta male mind. On the other hand, when you take action just because you desire to do something, you are acting from an alpha male perspective. Use the following examples to understand. Jerry example number 1, bad. As an example, suppose you know that Jerry has been exercising with a female and she returns to his home afterward. Jerry has been trying to get sex with her for months, but she hasn't stopped restraining his attempts. However, this time she claims that she's sore and needs an ice massage. Oh my god, now's my chance, Jerry thinks. Foolish Jerry. If she's rejected him many times before, why do you think that this one will be different? But he's desperate to get laid, so despite this girl's repeated rejections of him and playing games, he gives her a massage. In reality, he offers her a 30-minute massage. He whips up cacao butter, then gentle massages her all the time. He's eagerly waiting for his reward at the end. When he finally goes in to kiss her, she turns away and smiles. Haha, no thanks. Sorry. And Jerry's confidence instantly damaged. Then she put on her shirt, then grabs her purse and walks out the door. Jerry is in a state of anger. Jerry thinks women are owed sex by their partners in the form of a transaction, and he believes you deserve sex for the fact that the woman sent him a message. And I guarantee you, Jerry is going to continue working out with this girl, because she sends him the occasional, winky face, emoticon, and he thinks he's going to get lucky this time. This behavior is definitely the behavior of a beta male. Why? Because it's due to the mindset of a male beta. He believes that he needs the need to do something, to have sex. He's desperate to gain an action and so is willing to give up his time and energy in order to earn it. Jerry example number 2, good. Now, a different example. Let's say you know that Jerry has been following my video for a while, and it's beginning to turn into the alpha male. He's taking the tips I provide and slowly, but surely, changing his life. Jerry encountered the exact girl from the previous example, however. When he realized the girl was engaged in games, he was able to stop inviting her to play things. Jerry wasn't needy and desperate for female attention, so he stopped hitting her up because she was clearly just using him. She was subsequently attracted to him due to the fact that she could see that he was a man with clear rules and was male who was an alpha. Then she begins sleeping with him and they become ever closer. Sometimes, she visits Jerry's house to hang out, and cooks dinner for them. Wow, thinks Jerry. This woman is pretty cool. She's been real nice to me. I kind of want to return the favor, Jerry thinks to himself. Then he sends her a text message telling her that he has an exciting surprise planned for her. She inquires about the surprise and he tells her she'll have to go over and discover. He provides her with a pleasant massage, and they go to bed together. So what's the difference? The difference is in the mentality that's causing it. In the first case, Jerry was coming from the most desperate attitude. Even though the woman was treating him as a fool and was snagging him and dragging him along, he put in tons and lots of efforts to be nice to her, hoping that she would eventually be willing to sleep with him. This is clear, beta male behavior, that stems from the mindset of a beta male. In this case, Jerry is coming from an extreme lack of material wealth and self-esteem issues. He has no girls in his life and has no purpose, so he's incredibly desperate to have sex. He'll do whatever that are necessary to be able to kiss. He will not be bothered if it hurts his dignity or make him feel less of an individual. He's so dependent and wants to be validated and will take any step to achieve it. This is an indication of a beta male. They require female validation. In the second case, however, in the second example, Jerry literally did the exact same thing for her. He massaged her. What's the difference? This time, Jerry's mindset is, this girl's been doing some pretty cool stuff for me. I want to return the favor. He massaged her as he wanted to, not because he was eager to have a sleep. Do you realize how exactly the same thing can be described as beta or alpha depending on the perspective it originates from? If you do something from a desire to aid, or give, in general it's an alpha male behavior. When you act out of a desire to take, generally speaking, it's going to be a beta male behavior. Alpha males behave, simply because they'd like to. They have a wealth of positive emotions and resources, therefore they don't hesitate in handing it over to people they enjoy. Beta males act, because they want validation. They are desperate for good emotions, approval, and sex, so all of their actions are calculated and designed to take from others. They're needy, because they're always trying to get something from other people, whether it be validation or acceptance. The difference is that alpha males act because they want to, whereas the beta male does it due to his neediness or